Reproduction in flowering plants. This is the very most important chapter for the biology. It is awarded 14 marks in board examination. So, for this chapter, you have to concentrate yourself for obtaining 14 marks in this chapter. In this chapter, we have to study the structure of flower. What is flower? What is angiospermic plants? What is the morphology of flower? And how reproduction occur in flowering plants. So, in previous classes, you know how germination occurs in seed. When a seed germinates, two types of structure comes out. One is called as radicle and the second one is called as shoot. Radicle elongates and form a root system in the plant, while shoot elongates in the form of shoot system. Shoot system comprises stem, branches, leaves and different types of buds. In these buds, there is a flowering bud, which may be axillary or which may be apex. So, you may say that flower is a highly condensed and modified shoot. On the basis of formation of flower in a shoot system, we may say that flower is a highly condensed and modified form of shoot. It is the reproductive part of the flowering plants. These flowering plants are categorized into a group named as angiospermic plants. In angiospermic plants, plants bear flower as well as seeds embedded or enclosed in the ovary. If it is maggot, the plant is kept under gymnospermic group. So, flower is a group of reproductive organ of the flowering plants which develops fruits and seeds and thus helps in the forming of new offsprings of the plants. From the morphological point of view, a typical flower may be categorized or may be structurally divided into 4 floral whorls. In a typical flower, there are 4 types of structures, and these structures are called as floral leaves. These are arranged in 4 whorls. Floral leaves are arranged on the swollen upper part of flower stalk. The flower stalk is called as pedicel, and the swollen upper part of the pedicel is called as thalamus. In the thalamus are present nodes and highly reduced internodes. These floral leaves are borne on the nodes in the whorl. The 4 floral whorls taken from periphery to center are as follows. Number first, calyx, Number second one corolla, next androecium, and thereafter gynoecium. You can see in PPT, which I have written, that in angiospermic plant, what is angiospermic plant? I have written here that a flowering fruit bearing plant or tree having ovules or seeds developed within an enclosed ovary are angiospermic plants, as in the case of rose, mustard, hibiscus, etc. So, for the morphological study of a flower, in this slide it is written here that there are two parts of flower, and these two parts of flower in arranged in four floral whorls. These four floral whorls are categorized into two whorls, which is written in PPT. One is essential whorl and the second one is accessory whorl, as you see in the diagrams which are given on the PPT. Now come for the accessory whorl. Come for the accessory whorl. Here, calyx and corolla both form accessory whorl in a flower, while androecium and gynoecium form essential whorl of the flower. So, what is calyx and what is corolla, androecium and gynoecium? Now come for the calyx. Calyx is the outermost whorl, and floral leaves of this whorl are called as sepals. It means that calyx is the plural of singular sepal. In the figure or diagram, here you see sepal. Simply or normally sepals are green in color. If it is colored, then sepals are termed as petaloid. Sepals are termed as sepaloid. Now come for the corolla. It is the second whorl of floral leaves, which are called as petals. Means petal is the singular form, while plural of petal is termed as corolla. These petals protect the inner two whorls and also function for attraction of insect for the pollination. In this way, calyx and corolla are called as accessory whorl of the flower. Understand? In some plants, although two whorls are present, they are not differentiated from one another. In such a case, both whorls are called as perianth, and each part of the perianth is called as sepal. Means, if sepals are green, it is true sepal, and if it is colored, it is petaloid. And in a flower, we are unable to identify which one is petal and which one is sepal. So, differentiation becomes difficult. Therefore, these both sepals and petals are now termed as perianth collectively, and for singular word of a perianth is the tepal. If accessory whorls are absent in a flower, it is called aclemidoflowers. If accessory whorls are absent in a flower, the flower is called as aclemidous flowers, which may termed as naked flower. If out of the two accessory whorls only one whorl is present, it is called as monoclemidous flower. Point out, you have to write here now, if out of the two accessory whorls only one whorl is present, the flower is called as monoclemidous flower. And if both whorls, means calyx in corolla, are present, then it is called as diclemidous flower. So it is these two form the accessory whorl in the flower. These two parts do not take part in reproduction but help in reproduction. That is why they are not reproductive parts and called as accessory parts of the flower. Now come for the essential whorl. Essential whorl of the flower is the reproductive whorl of the flower. These are two, number first androecium and another number second gynoecium. Androecium is plural form of stamen, while gynoecium is the plural form of carpel. So stamen is the male reproductive part of the flower and carpel is the female reproductive part of the flower. Now come for the androecium. This is the third whorl of floral leaves, and it is the male reproductive organ of the flower. Each modified floral leaf is called as microsporophyll or stamen. In botany, stamen is also called as microsporophyll. Structurally, the stamen have three parts as it is shown in figure. Only two parts are shown. One is anther and the second one is filament. But the point where anther attach the filament is called as connective. So structurally there are three parts in an androecium. One is called as anther, the second one is called as filament, and where anther is connected to filament is called as connective. It means that androecium is the third and main whorl of the flower, and it is made up of one or more stamens. These stamens are also termed as microsporophyll. Each stamen has three parts. Only two parts are shown in figure. One is filament, second one is anther, and third one is the connective. Filament is the lower thread-like part of stamen. It may be absent in some stamens, and anther is the upper swollen part of the stamen, usually having two lobes. Each lobe contains two microsporangia, and in microsporangia pollen grains are present. The filament of the stamen is extended in between the two anthers lobe, and this is called as connective. So structurally there are three parts in a stamen or microsporophyll. one is anther, second one is connective, and third one is the filament. Now come for the female reproductive part. The female reproductive part is called as gynoecium. It is also termed as pistil. It is made up of one or more carpels. It is also called as megasporophyll. Each gynoecium is differentiated into three parts as shown in the figure. Number first, the lower swollen part containing ovules is called as ovary. Number second, elongated thread-like structure attached to the apex of the ovary is called as style, and the third part is the tip of the style, and it is called as stigma. So these are all about the structure of a flower. Now write some questions which are not written in PPT, which are not written in a slide. Now write some questions. Number first, what is flower? What is flower? Number second, what are the different parts of flower? What are the different parts of flower? Mention only their part. Mention only their names. Now write down third question. How many floral whorl are there in a flower? Name only. Next question. What are the accessory part in a flower? Write only names. Next question. What are the reproductive parts of a flower? Only write their names. Next question. Draw the structure of a stamen and label its different parts. Next question. Draw the structure of carpel and label its all parts. So these are the questions you have to write answer on the paper, and these are all about the flowers.